Jeffrey Epstein just committed suicide.
Talk about villains.
Who was tied to Trump
And the Clintons.
and the Clintons and a bunch of other people. He was a
Bunch of other
He
motherfuckers.
was a billionaire
Yeah.
and also a pedophile.
I've been, man, for so long,
Have you ever crossed paths with him?
hell no. Not that I know of. Nah, I don't think so. Yeah. But it's funny though, like, for the longest, you hear, this stuff sounded so outlandish, from like Epstein to even the shit with like Pizzagate and Haiti, and you hear like, man, that shit is so dark. There's no way it can be true. And I would be reading this stuff and be like, something like, again, I'll be like, I'm not that much of a conspiracy theorist to be like, this stuff, they can't really be trafficking little kids and sleeping with them, and and still be billionaires. And I'm like, this is truly Babylon if this is the case. And so I would never speak out about it too much, because I didn't want people to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, there's no way, like, the fuck is Pizzagate and all of this shit? And when you step back and you start...
Pizzagate's not a real thing.
I mean, but...
That's not a real thing. But
I mean, like,
I'm with you on everything.
If from Epstein to all this shit he's doing.
Pizzagate was that what? The Clintons were trafficking like underage kids through like a pizza restaurant that had nothing to do with nothing. Some guy actually showed up there with a gun and got arrested.
If somebody told you about the Epstein shit, and you'd be like, man, come on now, this billionaire is really taking, and what, because I don't want to fuck it up, but someone that worked for him, even on the child protective services side, was actually snatching those kids that were supposed to be missing kids and providing them to, like, that shit in itself sounds fucking ridiculous.
Well, you know what's even crazier is that he was on suicide watch.
Right.
He kills himself while on suicide watch.
Right.
And apparently no cameras captured it on top of that.
That doesn't, come on now.
And I'm not big on conspiracy theories, but this right here.
Somebody get the Scooby snacks. Like,
this right
get
here
the mystery
was
machine.
like, yo, clearly
he had some information about a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah. And they wanted him to die with that information. Now he's dead.
And he's a billionaire.
Right.
Like, a few times over. Like, let's not act like he wasn't one of the cats that was supposed to be touchable. So when you hear about this type of stuff going on in our society on the elite aspect, why wouldn't I believe all of this other shit? I didn't want to believe. I had heard about that shit the same way. I'd be like, man, I don't have no true proof, and I'm focused on the community. I only want to uplift and speak positive. So when I would hear shit like that and I couldn't tangibly understand it, it just sounded like another one of those conspiracy theories. And for that to actually be true, then you step back and be like, well, fuck, what else is real about this shit?
Listen, you have pedophiles out there. Point blank, period. Some men,
demonic.
Some men are pedophiles. They're into underage girls and boys, sometimes both. And having a lot of money will hide that to a certain degree.
So I said access to excess. I always say it.
And, you know, my thing is, like, this case has been going for like 10 years. The fact that he was still in America kind of blows my mind, because you would think he would just go somewhere else where...
He thought he was untouchable.
Yeah, well, he got touched.
He thought he could pay it off.
Yeah.
And I bet you he was paying it off for a while until he pissed somebody off, and he's like, all right, we're gonna sacrifice you.
Well, R. Kelly's currently locked up. Remember, we've been talking about this for a while now, but since our last interview, he actually got locked up.
Right.
No bond.
Yeah.
Still in jail.
In different cities catching cases still to
Still
this day.
catching cases. I remember someone posted a meme that had this dude like looking pissed off, and the caption was, when you won the jail talent show 2 years in a row and R. Kelly shows up.
That's real.
Because he's going to win the talent show in jail. Let me just
down.
put that out there.
Or even like, you know, they got my man Bill Cosby in there holding court. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, his wasn't, you know, any pedophilia, but it's just as dark. And it's like, shit, man, what are we supposed to say about the people that were placed in front of us in such a positive light that have all of these dark demons?
This is just no longer an environment where you could really hide what you do.
Which is beautiful.
This
why I fucking love what's going on right now.
motivates you to be a better person.
It's called a paradigm shift.
Even to the point, you know what's crazy? I remember I was getting into conversation with someone, and I mentioned, I forgot what it was. Like, let's just say I mentioned the Bowflex or something.
Yeah.
Like the Bowflex workout
Yeah,
system.
right.
And I look on my phone and there's a Bowflex ad.
And
it
they
just
heard
pops
you.
up.
They heard you.
So I'm like, these phones are definitely listening to you.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm 100% sure of this. I've seen it happen time and time again. These phones are listening to you. Imagine all the shit that you say to yourself. Like, man, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. Boom, recorded.
Yeah,
sent to the
sent
media,
somewhere.
sent to authorities, sent to whatever. Like, no, I was just talking to myself. Doesn't matter. You just admitted to wanting to murder somebody.
I love
like,
it. I love it because it allows you to be your truthful self even if you don't want to. Like, your Bible says what goes on in darkness will come to light. Like, I truly believe that you got to operate in the light, man, and everything that's dark is going to come forth, and we're going to have to deal with it in these harsh ways that we dealing with it. Like, that's why I was like, I ain't mad at Donald Trump, because he's bringing all of that darkness to the forefront, and we got to deal with it as a nation. And how we deal with it is going to show the importance of our humanity.